Well, first of all, I think it's important to realize that this is a bigger shock than the Eurozone crisis. It's symmetric. It hits everyone. It hits more sectors. The sudden stop is not just confined to a few sectors. It's all over the economy, and it hits the entire Eurozone and indeed the entire EU. So it's extremely likely that you will have most EU countries and Eurozone countries having a very deep recession. So you won't just have Greece going to -8, -9% as it did in 2011. You have a lot of European countries, perhaps the whole Eurozone, going to these kind of numbers. This is something that we have not seen before. Everyone being in this difficult situation, not just a few countries having a problem. And therefore, it's a challenge of proportions that we have not seen before. National governments are attempting to mitigate the economic impact with a host of measures. The problem is that some can afford it and some cannot. Germany's, for example, unlimited guarantee to companies is not something that every other country can do. So the question arises, how can we face this in a way that everyone comes out of it stronger at the other end, or at least with the minimal economic damage possible? And here, of course, the ECB has bought us all some time with its 750 billion emergency pandemic emergency purchase program of securities, which is in fact more than 1 trillion if you count a previous announcement that they had made. But that's not going to be enough. There will need to be a European response, and there's a number of options on the table.
The problem, as you know, and it was the problem we saw last time round with the financial crisis, is ultimately who bears the cost and whether that cost remains borne for decades. And your country is hundreds of billions of euros in debt now and will be paying that off for many generations unless there's a new program of debt forgiveness. Given the experience, again, that you had, why should other countries in Europe feel that they can receive the benefits of fiscal headroom in Germany and other Northern European countries and not have to pay that back over coming decades?
Well, because you don't want a large number of European countries to, at the end of this, have unsustainable debt levels. Take Italy, for example. If you will have a deficit that is in double digits, and if you add to that the decline in GDP, which could also be in double digits, you end up with a debt to GDP ratio that can easily be 20, 30, 40 percentage points higher than it is today. That's not sustainable. So the real question is, how can we cover a number of weaker countries? And here, weaker is not just smaller countries like Greece, but it's also Italy, could be Spain, could be others. And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the debt burden is not going to be unsustainable for the whole of the Eurozone. And there's a number of options here. I mean, the easiest option, of course, is to tap the institution which was created in the Eurozone crisis. That's the European Stability Mechanism, the ESM. But the numbers there are not that big. The ESM is about 400 billion, or the proposal is to use about 240 of that. That's 2% of GDP of European countries. That's not enough. Then there's the new proposal of the European Commission for 100 billion to cover unemployment in countries. That's not enough. And then we go to more interesting but very tough territory, which is to revive the broader discussion about a Eurobond, sort of mutualizing risk, or the more specific to this particular case, which is a Corona type of bond, which will be specific to the crisis and therefore not mutualize risk in a more general sense, which is something that a number of European countries, Northern European countries such as Germany, the Netherlands, find unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.